leadership and the leadership. I think right now we look at all of you as the leadership requirement skill in terms of the global change. Especially you see that we have an uncertainty situation in many situations. Many things happened nowadays, and the way we look at the way we try to change the way we learn the MBA into other extensions, they experience more, not just a classroom experience only. And we see the learning framework that we provide for all of you, and include that what kind of key result area that we're looking. We not just only put in terms of the KPI, but we look at the key result area that we should be got and have some experience down there. I show you some example of study plan for the academic year 2023, and include that in terms of how we can run the program all together. And I see that in terms of some examples of the batch all the way to study now, and some is quite successfully that we have some kinds of the part of experience to share with you what kinds of we done this one. Yeah. Firstly, that once we design the programs at the MBA, we look at the person who involved in the program is a part of leadership skill development. And we know that right now, whatever we talk about the change management, we talk about agility management, and include that even in terms of the ownership of the project, any project, it finally leads to the leaders. And importantly, you need to be a part of the leadership development in you once you come to the program that we expect as well. And importantly, we not just let you learn and make memory what you understand, but we make sure that we call the learning based on the way we call the practice make perfect. The practice make perfect. We would like you to try to apply things that you learn to the practicing and project-based workplace that you have in terms of if you're working in a company that we would like you to implementing, and we can come to see what you implemented well or not well. Okay, that is key. In terms of the professor that our faculty member discussed about the SMART MBA, we look at the learning framework like this one. We try to create the person we call the leaders and SMART MBA in terms of first one. We look at the contents. We look at the context. We look at the connection. Okay, we have CC, 3C. You need to have the contents clearly based on the business administrations as a master level. You need to understand what context that you apply in your country, in your industry, in your part of the business industry. And I need you to try to connect each other, the part of things that we learn well, include that connections among the class members that we need to see those ones. And the way we do this one, first one, we need to let you guide to be in first one, transformational leadership. We talk about transform business, but not just enough. Transformational leadership. You need to be in a transform yourself. When we talk about the transformation, you flip yourself to other dimensions. We try to make sure that you're adaptable enough to catch up something change and look at the thing change is being part of the opportunity, not only the crisis of the company. Okay, this one is a part that we want to develop in these sessions. Secondly, we need to look at you as a leadership in actions. It's not just learn and understand, but need to apply things that we learn. As I said many times, actions make some kinds of result. If no actions, no result. Okay, and the last one, we have strengthened strategy by design. Because right now we cannot just copy the strategy from the company, other company to your company. You cannot look at the competitor and even the stakeholder and just apply, but we need to see what kinds of the context and contents and what connections to a company and the stakeholder. And we can develop the study by design. We have a tools to make this thing happen. Whatever that we develop a framework. Okay, this is a framework of the leadership that we provide for SMART MBA. In terms of SMART MBA at some university, we look at in terms of the part of key 4 dimensions. The first one is the part of the control. Okay, we talk about the control in terms of the mindset of control. every day that you're working in the company, we have to step-by-step working. Sometimes we have the quality assurance. We have some kinds of procedure to follow. We need to understand what control well, how to self-control yourself, to make yourself control in terms of alignment with the procedure that we have. But the secondly is the explorations of the new dimensions of the purpose. And the next one is pursue, look at the result that can be happen and how we can catch up the result right away. And the last one, that dimension is the preserve. Look at the legacy, look at relationship, look at the human dimension, look at the people that you have connected to. And that kind of the dimension that we have also linked back to the subject that we teach, like organization behaviors, managerial economics, result-oriented, managerial accounting, IMI system, and etc. That many and many. Before I go to further detail, I think I've seen the directors of International Affairs, Director Gren, he been here. I don't know if he would like to say something for our candidates before I continue, please.
And dear friends, it's my pleasure to be here and to share with you the spirit of the innovation behind this SM, or what we call the SMART MBA program. Many years ago, I think it must have been in the year 2008, 2009, Dean Kitty Potikiti approached me and one of our former students, Dr. Moya Gilatwala, to sit down and to construct this program, because at that time our vision was we wanted to empower through knowledge systems and through practical experience graduates from the SMBA program to actually innovate, to start their business by themselves. And so in the construction of the curriculum, what we had in mind was the following. Number one, we wanted students to have a hands-on experience in the learning process on two folds. Number one, the theory dimension. Number two, the pragmatic, the practical dimension. And therefore, in the curriculum, we constructed spaces for businessmen to come in and to talk to the students, and as and when they were available, to also contribute to the development of a business plan structure. The first enrollees in this degree program were 4 students. 3 of them were from existing family businesses. One of them wanted to create, in those days, what we call the innovation startups. All right. And with that core of 4 students, we then launched this degree program, and it was very, very successful. How it has changed somewhat today is in the dimensions of the digital connectivity, the innovation behind digital connectivity. And number 2, the management of information systems, which has become more complex. So it is true, yes, that our students were expected to gain knowledge in accounting, in marketing, in management, in organization behavior, and OD, the general principles of organization development. But then, innately, we were also pushing them to develop their leadership skills. Okay, and I believe that we are at this time, post-COVID, where I would like to invite as many of you to think positively about this SMBA program from the standpoint of learning by doing. This is very important for Assumption University students and graduates. Learning by doing, so that it's okay to develop your talents, to develop your successful application. I know that I've been given a limitation of time to speak, but I'm very happy to say this, that, since the time that Muya Gillat and myself actually pushed this program into our curriculum, and it has still remained, and I'm happy with Dr. Kitty Kondal-Pisse's leadership, and I imagine with Muya Gillat still, to take the program forward. I'm hoping that our learners will add into their learning process the iterative dynamic, which is to say, do, try, do, succeed. Do, try, fail, succeed. Okay? I wish you all well in your learning track. Welcome to the MBA program at Assumption University. I'm director of the Office of International Affairs. My office is just next to the building that hosts the Office of Graduate Studies and the graduate programs. You're welcome to keep in touch with me. Ajahn Glenn Chatelier is my name. Okay, thank you all for your kind attention. Okay, bye-bye. Yeah.
Okay, thank you, Dr. Director Gen, as the Director of International Affairs, and you have connected a lot of the many universities worldwide for us. That is a pleasure as well. May I continue the contents, and I would like to, if you have any question, willing to answer the link and present as well. We review that about that we mentioned the framework of the leadership. As an MBA, we look at the development of leadership based on the transformation leadership, and that is the way we're thinking about control, thinking of the control system, but about self-control, and look at explorations, new things, and then preserve and pursue result-oriented, and preserve. We talk about the personal and legacies about the people as well. That we need to cover all thinking skill based on the 4 dimensions during the class running. Yeah. The program running, part of the program we call the problem based, and somehow we call the project based, workplace based project learning outcome that we try to look at this one. Each time that program running for each subject, we raise the issue and let on the person and learner raise an issue that you may facing in the organization, even your organizations. Many of our students in Smart MBA is the owners of the business, and some subject like MIS, we talk about the data, we talk about analysis, we talk about the intelligence of the data, and then we can let all of the learners come to in mind about the key issue and challenging. And that's why, example, we let the people in the class talk about what is the problem that like we have facing in terms of normally based on top frustrations in terms of information about the financial issue, about the people issue. And then see the problem in different brain processing that we have some kinds of tool to develop your thinking skill. We collaborating with the brain map assessment that will let us to see how to thinking skill changing. And we assess and let you see how we can think in terms of the control issue, in terms of explore, preserve, and pursue issue, and see possibilities of dimensions of thinking skill. And then we can look at what kinds of existing alternative that we mostly apply if we don't think much in terms of many dimensions, and come up with the key contents that we can study in the classroom, like study the macroeconomics in terms of the financial management example, what kinds of content can help you to elaborate clearly pictures of the problem and turn to be an opportunity. And then we can see what kinds of the values and proportion value that we can create unique for the company, for the people, for the product, for the services example. And then we can look at higher level concept, big picture, bird eye view, and global perspective example, and see what kinds of unfair advantage that we can see different from competitor based on the way we thinking skill. This one can be related to the unfair advantage that we can make a difference. We would like us to see it different. And what kind of channel that can reach the right people, the right channels, and then see what the targets of people they want to reach out. Even your internal person want to be the change. Even the external person, what you want to see, and what kinds of person to be early changer, early adopter, like a change agent, even try to change the organization. Also part of the cost structures and revenue stream that we can see what kinds of value creations based on the cost of investment. This is a part of the complex issue. It quite looks similar like a business canvas, but we can use those one as an idea to implement it for each subject. Yeah. Before I go to in detail what kind of subject running normally, I'm seeing the class that we expand and design for us. If example for this year, the study plan for the year 2023, we begin journeys about May 2023. We need to let us to sharing your portfolio individually. And those one we share the portfolio and then you can write down what kinds of experience that you have, what kind of certification that you got, what kinds of the training that you have passing, and what kinds of things that you have posted in your company that you have. And then we try to look at those contents and we expect that we can transfer up to the 3 to 4 subject based on what kinds of level of the experience that you have. But at least we can transfer 3 at least and up to 4, 12 credits. And this one, we expected some kinds of subject that possible to transfer like e-entrepreneurship, the HRM, because as a management, you manage the people normally well. And the last one is customer relationship management and others, if you can be experienced suit what the subject that we have. We can just discussion about this one. But after we identify this one, we can come to look at the leadership thinking assessment based on brain map assessment that I'm just showing you the brain map assessment. You need to assess this one, brain maps. The brain map assessment is a tool that we collaboration with the brain assessment, brain technology from US based. This assessment can help you to identify what your brain thinking. And this is a scientist-based analysis. It's not just only what you are not fantastic, but it's a real tool that you can see yourself. What kinds of thinking skill that you have? Example that I'm showing you here. This one you can see what kinds of thinking skill in your brain, like an OS that you have. And based on those one, you can just start to design the study plan in detail together. By the way, we classify and grouping the semester and by semester. The first semester we call the leadership in actions. We try to blend it the way you study into a full course based on the way that you can run the course, because this one is transfer the course already. And then we can come up with the course that in real study in May and August with like a 4 subject. But this one we need to redesign together, sit down, redesign. The first semester we need to understand your brain by the brain map technology. But second semester we're talking collaboration with the Drucker Society of Thailand. And if you know the Drucker, Peter Drucker is a guru of management that we got the license to provide the contents of the leadership and in terms of Drucker thinking skill to the student. Then you can see what kinds of the Peter Drucker content mentioned in the second semester, in the next semester, September and December, we call the transformational leadership. We need you to try to connect the thing that you learn and start to think in different perspective and transform the way you're working in the organization. And that's kinds of subject that we mentioned about the strategic management, IBM, we have the research of the way you transform yourself in the organizational and elective that we can just discussion. But this semester, we connect with agility inside. These kinds of the company that they provide us about the agility assessment based on the organizational. If you talk about organization, what kinds of agility system that you have, we have some kind of tools to help you to analyze and agility's fitness and maturity model of agility in organization. Those one is a tool to help you to plan or change of the organization based on the content that we deliver for all of you. But in the last one is a part of the presentation we call integration presentation of the leadership strategy and transformational to the academic committee to ensure that the thing that you study from the first sessions by brain assessment, by the Doctor Society, by the agility testing, what kinds of things that you want to change and implement it. But however, every session, every subject, we have the small project and let you to implement that as well. This is a big picture first that we plan for the SMART MBA program. And then we look at the leadership result presentation. That's why I'm saying that our SMART MBA, we look at the result oriented mainly. Okay. And we do some kinds of two-day leadership workshops as a part of the integration and comprehensive examination to let you graduate. By the way, the time frame is around 1 year, a bit 2 months, because you transfer 3 to 4 subjects. Then the time frame is made reduced from 1.5 to be 1 and 2 months around. Okay. So far, any question? Then I'll continue some way we deliver, but in terms of the subject. I give you in terms of the example of the semester. In case example, in May, if you're starting with a subject like organizational behavior, okay, we starting like 11, we have the brain assessment to understand what your thinking skill about the futures. And then we provide you the contents of organization behavior contents. We provide the key contents that are quite important that let you think through the contents and how we can implement that in workplace. We have discussion, we have the case study, we have opportunity to apply the content to the new approach. During this time, 16 to 21, we call a problem and opportunity finding. You need to find an opportunity to apply the contents to the company or to your company and your workplace. You see what kinds of the problems, what kinds of opportunities that we can combine the content to do something change in organization. And then you can come back for 21st and come to the provide a proposal, discuss the project. What kinds of project related to OB project in your workplace? Okay, and you can come to present proposal, just small proposal. And what kinds of leadership action that you want connected from content to the context of your organization well. And then we maybe discussion about how to implementing to make a challenge and create an opportunity, change a bit based on the contents. And then we call this one is solution and execution of project stage 1. You can try to change something. Example, in the normal process, you maybe meeting by leading by you also you just a one-man show leading all the time in the meeting. You can say that I want to change and let someone to lead and just to observe and have some kinds of implementation, maybe one meeting, and you can come to see what it changed, what happened to your meeting. And then in 26, we have like a project to review the project, what's going on, what is good, what is not good, what happened. And we can share the idea how we can make it better. And based on this kind of consultation, implementation, you need to implement it in the execution in this project stage 2. And come to the 13, example, the 13, you can come to the present what you learned from the project, mapping with the content that we define for you. During each session that you present and the session that you're sharing, we add on knowledge, the knowledge to you all the time. Okay. And we expect that by end of the month, each month, you can got some kind of thing, learning outcome based on the subject. Okay. This this program is Smart MBA program. We did not expect you to write out examination paper. I don't expect you to remember the content and write out, but I need you to execution. Do something change, even small, even big one, and come to learn from change. And you learn from each others. That we done this one every session is quite wonderful. There we can just open different perspective from different industry, and you can see how we can do something different, and we can learn from your friend as well. And move to the second subject, like MIS example, talk about the technology. The same, in terms of the first 10th of the June, we start from the key contents of digital ecosystem, key contents for data, information, ecosystem, and networking, key concept. And then in 14, you can start discussion about the MIS project in your company, like data, information turn to be in business evaluation and making decision. And you can say you have like a problem and opportunity, but we also provide some online coaching if you need that. Okay, online coaching about your contents. And then for 17, you can come to a proposal, what your project, what you implemented in your organization chain. I found that even the subject I have been taught it by myself. And each time the student come with kinds of idea how to change the way you excel to be more intelligent. We can combine the source of data from automatic system. Sometimes we can collect directly to be like auto online the connection and collect the data to be reduce the times. And then we try to implement that execution change to state one again and come to present what kind of change happened. Based on this one, we can add on knowledge based on the coaching period. And then you come to write 25 example data governance and provide the stage 2, add on the new idea, new knowledge, apply in stage 2 project, and come to present what the learning outcome from MIS based on the way you implemented in your workplace. Okay. The next class, like a management accounting as well, we've done the same pattern. We start from discussion, the key knowledge of the management accountings, and then we provide like some kinds of the problem opportunity, provide the draft projects, implemented stage 1, and add on the final stage, implemented stage 2, what kind of project presentation, and look at the learning outcome. We run this one every subject. Okay, and it's subject we don't have kinds of examination paper written at all. Let you implement that, mainly that we look at this one. In the last one example, marketing management, on the same thing, we talk about the contents, what the problem and opportunity for do something based on the contents of marketing management. Identify the project drafting, what you implemented, see what solution stage 1, and come to review, and then we can add on the coaching and you implement the stage 2 again, and come to final presentation and look at what is the result. End of each semester, we combine the 4 subjects that you study. We call integration. Look at what kinds of leadership execution. We see every subject that you completed, what kinds of linkage, what change you organization, what the integration, what are you learning, what kind of action of leadership, what you change yourself. Okay, this is an example that we provide all of you at the design. Okay, back to do the study plan. Adam show you. We have the leadership in action, right? After we finish this one, we have some kinds of the integration. The second semester as well, after you finish the second semester, the same model, we have integration to ensure that we have a kind of strategy development. The third semester as well, you have integration end of the semester, see what kind of transformation leadership in you. And the last part is like maybe 2 months only in part of identifying what is the possibility for further development of the company. Okay. Then is to see that this kinds of the design, I'm going to show you what in detail, subject by subject. We run the block of course teaching, one subject around 1 month, And we maybe take a break during the subject, maybe 1 week to take a short break and continue the next subject. In terms of the class we're running, we have the hybrid system. Some is online, some is in person. Okay. Example like this one, we have some kinds of the person to see like 1, maybe 2, maybe 3. Example 3, and we have like online sometimes. Here is online. Here is online. Okay. The way we running based on the online system, we use example the platform we call the LMS system like this. You have like you have account and password to access to the system that this one is the class that I'm teaching, Minute of Innovation. We provide like every sessions. A session you have like a lecture note. We have the projects. We have the participation. We have some kinds of individual project as well. And this one we can running through together based on the platform and Zoom meeting like this. And sometimes we call you to the campus like in person and discussion. Okay. Then this one is the platform that whatever you are, you can use the platform to connect it with us. And this one as well, we can set up a group for the group meeting in terms of each group project as well. Yeah. Finally, I think this is a key partner that we running for Smart MBA. We have brand technology that I mentioned. The brand technology, we have the Drucker Society, and we also have like actually we have like the SAW, the tool from Dakis Rarov that we're using for the strategic development. That is a key to that we're using in the class. Then this is all thing that I would like to share with all of you. Thank you, and any question, please welcome. Farag, any question, please?
Oh, thank you.
Okay. Hope you see a big picture first, and if you would like to see in detail, we can sit down and have the Zoom individually Zoom meeting and take a look at the content clearly. Other Jarin, you have any question, please? Jarin, Jarin.
I would like to add something about do you have a scholarship program or something like?
Okay, this one, Kun Rangsan, Director Concern, maybe supporting about the scholarship.
For Thai applications, the fee reduced, I think, up to 325,000 baht for Thai. But if you are a foreigner, so you can submit the application for the scholarship. We consider based on your profile or education background, we can consider.
If you're interested for the scholarship, I think we need to discussion about those one because we have some condition of the scholarship as well. But normally in the program by the partnership that we have, we pay the license for the partnership. It's not free as well for the partnership and evaluation. That's why this one, I think by the fee that we collected, we need to include that this one as well. But anyway, we consider this one. Vijayada,
Thank you.
Thank you, Jarin. Vijayada, any question?
No. Thank you so much. No.
Right. If you would like continue discussion, we can just add appointment with me. Then we can see in detail later. Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you to come to see. Peace.
I
Yes.
have a question regarding the tuition and the payment methods. Can you know a little bit about that more?
The payment, right? The payment, I think 340 something. What kinds of the payment totally? And I think we have like an installment pay, right? Farag, if you talk about the installment, right? We pay in installment, right?
You said the total price for the course is how much again?
How much in totally fee?
550,000 for non-Thai students. And for Thai students, we offer the scholarship. The total fee is
Not clear.
I can't hear quite well.
Not clear ครับคุณรังสรรค์ what kinds of the total fee I think we look at the total fee 340,000 or what
370,000.
Okay.
300.
I think we can talk about it in another appointment if you would like to.
Sure yes
Because
better.
I want to know a little bit more
I
as
see.
well.
They have many kinds of concern about the installment totally, how to pay, even the payment method as well. Thank you.
And I also wanted
Yes.
to know if it can be hybrid or it's only online.
Oh, normally we do hybrid. We have some session in each subject come to the campus, and some
But
is
can it be
online.
100% online? Is that an option?
Actually, for if you have some difficulty to come to the campus,
Not really difficulty, but I don't live in Thailand anymore and I have like a stable job, so I'm not considering yet to take a break from work to study further. So I
Sure.
was thinking of it as 100% online with all the exams and everything to be taken online as well.
Actually, the program we design it that we said a hybrid system. I mean, every session that we have a class, we do the Zoom and in person together in the same time.
Okay.
But
And how about the examination?
Examination is not just like the written examination. It's a project presentation. Okay.
And this also can be submitted online.
Yes, and need to come to present, need to explain. Yeah.
Just to come for a presentation, right?
Mainly some presentation, but some subject like a research, you need to write a bit short paper, like a 15-page paper.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
That sounds fine. So it can just take place maybe on a weekend, or like I studied architecture in ABAC for my bachelor's, and most of our presentations were on the weekends as well.
Mm-hmm.
So that can be an option.
Yeah. Actually, if you ask me, I encouraging students to see in person, but if you cannot come, we need to talking. What kind of option for you?
Okay, that sounds very good.
Yes.
How about I drop my email, sir, and we can actually plan an appointment.
Sure. You can make
I will
appointment.
drop my email in the in the chat box.
You can send back to the program admissions department, and they will appoint us to see each other. Welcome, because you are alumni as well. Why not?
Yeah.
Okay,
I'm an ABAC very loyal student.
No, thank you so much, and I hope to see because we would like to connect with international alumni.
Of course. No, you will see me anyway. I visit ABAC every time I go to Thailand, and I have a very good relationship with
I hope you come to
dean.
see even when you study here and you can come to Thailand, let me know.
Definitely come.
Thank
Okay,
you.
sir.
Okay.
So
Yes,
which email should I send to now?
I think you send back to admission first to have a central. Then they can connect that to all key party that need to meet you. Better.
All right. I will do now. I will reply to my to the email with the
Definitely,
invitation.
if you have a time, please send, and we can just find the time.
Okay.
Reply for us as well.
Okay,
Thank you.
Sure. Thank you very much.
I see. Satawat, Satawat, any point?
Yes.
Please.
Thank you. So this is starting in May, right? Is this the second term, or is this the
first semester? That was semester start around June, May and June. Yes. May is like us. We need to talking for preparation in terms of profile to transfer the portfolio, your experience. Then we have assessment for the brand map assessment starting based on that one. In May, we need to do some assessment. Yeah.
Oh, okay. So that's part of the application process, right?
Right. And if we completed, we have like a small interview, but I would like to see in person interview because we need to assess by the assessment, brain assessment, and we plan the whole schedule together. That because some session be online, some session is in person. Every month we have like that one. We can see what is the right for us.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Thank you.
So, and when's the deadline to apply for this?
Addition, I think deadline should be end of April.
Oh, okay. End of April. Okay.
Should be in April. And if you have any things like the Farag, you can just make appointment. We can see in detail.
Okay.
Thank you so much.คุณ
Sure.
สัตว์
Thank you so much.
Very good. คุณพรพระสอนครับ
Hello, Ajahn.
สวัสดีครับ
I'm already a student. I just finished first subject in this semester,
Very good.
and
Very
I just want to join to seek for your opinion on this course. And I have some question about the transferable subject,
Yes.
and I just want to know more about this. I'm not sure that I already transfer or not, but I'm not sure about this.
Thank you. We will make a pointing, especially when you apply for the first semester. We look at the experience because mostly what the person have experienced like 4 years, we quite definitely sure that at least 3 subjects we can transfer. And by the way, we need to preparation like all together. I need to like a group of people come together and explanation. And you maybe just fill in the information that you experience in this position. Even you you work in the same company, but you have changed position and change responsibility. And that's why the linkage for like human resources development in terms of strategic planning, in terms of marketing planning, in terms of the develop the new project and new development, the business development in the company. We can look at those one. We can pick up what is the right subject to transfer. But by the way, 4 year is definitely 3 subject able at least, because by the way that you implemented in the work with at least the people development, the business development, in terms of the project development, I think something that this one we need to implement that normally in the normal experience that we can just identify what is right subject.
Thank you.
คุณพรเดี๋ยวเขียนทิปโน้ตคุณรังสรรค์ไม่ทิปโน้ตคุณพรพระสัน to make a pricing for the portfolio transfer. Thank you.
Thank you, Ajahn.
Very good.
And I have another
Yes.
one question, Ajahn.
Right.
May I know that do we need to take all subjects that are prerequisites for the foundation subject? I got the course material from
Yes.
the grad school already, but
Yes, right.
I'm not sure that how many credit that we have to achieve for this.
Actually, this program is 48 credits. 48 credits. Normally, we take around 1.5 years at least. Okay, and sometimes more than that. And by the way, we transfer 3 to 4 subjects. Okay, we review around 9 to 12 subjects. It's like you maybe review 1 semester. Like normally, yes. And the rest need to study, right? Very good. Nice to see you.
Thank you.
ครับผมคุณพิมพัฒน์ครับ Any point ครับ Any point of concern? Any questions?
No, thank you.
Very good. I mean that I try to explain very clear. I hope so. Anyway, and the same that we any point asked me and pointing. คุณนุชรีครับนุชรีครับ Okay, คุณMarino Galang. Marino Galang. Galang, you okay, please. Oh, I see, but I need not see your voice clear. Any question? Mari Galan. Okay, thank you, Fried. Hentet.
Not yet, sir. So far, so good.
Okay, try to capture any point. I think you in Bangkok can come to campus and talk to me directly. Thank you. And have some gentlemen in the campus. Any question from I think some gentlemen in the admission room? Any question?
We have some students attending here. I think they can introduce themselves to us. Okay, so this
Thank you to listen your voice, but anyway, we hope to see you more. Sorry today I cannot be in there. We just back from exhibit conference. Okay. Other ones, only one, right?
Yes. You are smart MBA. Next.
Thank you. Nice to see all of you. Okay. Others have any issue? The same like Farag and other point person, you can just appointing directly to admission, and we can make time to see all of you. Okay. I think the under
Thank you, Doctor.
Please. Thank you. Okay. I think other guys behind Kulang San stand up, please. Okay, thank you. Again, I just recap things that I just mentioned for the Smart MBA, that we design this one. And again, that we expected you learned based on the real practicing. I would like us to see that when we evaluate the management, we don't evaluate based on the score of examination only. We manage the result that you're implementing, and we act like a coach and mentor, that we can help you to lift the level of the abilities and performance higher. And always that we believe that we can do better, we can do better. If you don't believe that, you cannot make it happen. And that is the last thing that I would like to see. And remember that the futures is not created by the fortunes and do something, but we create the future by yourself. And I hope that the Smart MBA is a starting step to pathway of clearly success of the futures. And in terms of the uncertainties of the business right now, I think we need to think through in terms of 4 angles that I said: explorations, the control system, in terms of the pursue result, and the preserve what we like, what is the human relation, what the people that need to keep contact, and that definitely that we want to design and create you as smart people, a Smart MBA. Thank you. Turn to you, Dr. Kulang San. Thank you. Okay. If no any further, and I thank you to all: Marino, Jarin, Hentet, Pete, Farag, okay, Satawat กับคุณพรพัสัน แล้วก็คุณปิมพัฒน์ and Purinya Uyada. I didn't see your face today, but I hope you see your face in person recently. Thank you. See you. Bye bye. Thank you all.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Take
You
care.
too.
Thank you.
Thank you.